A key meeting in Ottawa. Have the Premier and the Prime Minister made any progress on major projects? The community remembers 2 young children.
They'll sit her down and do a safety plan, which puts the burden of keeping her and her kids safe on her.
Amid questions about if they could have been protected.
I'll prove it on that for your love.
And Hank Azaria's latest impression, Bruce Springsteen.
I was fabulously entertained by your version of Prove It All Night.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. After a meeting today with the Prime Minister, Alberta's Premier says she's more confident than ever that an energy memorandum of understanding will soon be finalized. Tim Brooke is here with details. And Tim, we saw 2 versions of Danielle Smith today.
Yes, Ian, going into that meeting, Danielle Smith told the PM that Albertans and those in the energy industry were getting a bit impatient when it comes to moving along that MOU. But a few hours after the meeting, we definitely heard a drastic shift in tone. Smith now sounds far more optimistic about the prospect of the MOU being signed before Alberta makes a submission to the Major Projects Office in June. The agreement centers around a new West Coast bitumen pipeline, but does have some other conditions too. Among the reported sticking points, Alberta signing on to an industrial carbon pricing agreement. The Premier says that was discussed at length today in Ottawa, but was short on concrete details.
There's, of course, still some work that needs to be done to get to the finish line and to ensure the interests of Albertans and our industries are properly protected. But I am now much more confident that this will be completed well before Alberta's West Coast pipeline submission to the Major Projects Office next month.
Alberta will make that submission to the federal office next month. As of now, there's still no private proponents, and Ian Smith said today her government is still mapping out 5 different potential pipeline routes.
Thank you, Tim. The Calgary Board of Education says a 16-year-old stabbed to death this week was a grade 10 student at one of its schools. Flowers, candles, and messages lined the area where Angeline Boucher died. She was found near the back alley of a Woodland strip mall following an early morning fight on Wednesday. The Calgary Board of Education says it sent a letter to all students who had classes with Boucher, letting them know about available support services. An advocate of missing and murdered Indigenous women hopes more is done to prevent these types of deaths.
It's beyond upsetting. It's another signal to Indigenous women and girls and Two-Spirit in the city. We are not safe here, and it's a failure of the system again.
Police have been interviewing people but have not laid any charges. 2 youths have been taken into custody following a stabbing last evening in Auburn Bay. A nearby resident phoned 911 after seeing 5 or 6 other boys wearing ski masks and hoodies beating the victim with bear spray, bricks, and shoes. A teenaged boy was taken to hospital in serious condition. He's now been upgraded to stable. The police investigation continues. A 5-year-old boy and his 3-year-old sister are being remembered as community members gather for a candlelight vigil in Northwest Calgary. Mark Villani is live near the 4500 block of 14th Street. And Mark, this memorial comes as advocates renew calls for earlier intervention in domestic violence cases before they turn tragic.
Yeah, that's right, Ian. It was just over a week ago when a Calgary father dialed 911 and allegedly told police that he had taken the lives of his 2 children. Now, those children were found dead inside a vehicle that was parked near this police station. Now, we're keeping our distance away from this vigil tonight a little bit. There is a publication ban that's still in effect, meaning that we need to protect the identities of the children, and we cannot name the man who's been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Now, this memorial tonight really about remembering the kids, though. The children were laid to rest earlier today. It's also a time for reflection. Many people raising questions as to what happens after police respond to domestic incidents repeatedly and no charges are laid. Now, police do say that officers had previously attended this family's home 4 different times for domestic-related calls. The children's mother even called police the night their father didn't return after a scheduled outing, but was told officers couldn't help and that she should go to court. court instead. Now, experts say those moments, they can become a critical window for early intervention. University of Calgary researchers add that domestic violence often follows broader patterns, including exposure to harm in childhood, learned behavior in the home, unresolved trauma, and difficulty with emotional regulation. Recent studies also found that 73% of Calgary men charged with domestic violence had prior police contact through non-criminal domestic incidents. Advocates say that points to a need for earlier community supports, not only for victims, but also for people using violence before this situation escalates.
When police show up and there's violence but not enough to charge, they'll do a victim safety plan. They'll sit her down and do a safety plan, which puts the burden of keeping her and her kids safe on her. And actually, I think we have to flip the burden to those who are causing harm and work with him and get him. Does he have friends? How can he regulate? Where can he get support? And we need to be asking those men and supporting those men differently.
Now, police say that domestic incidents are some of the most volatile and dangerous that they can be responding to. Oftentimes, they need to work on assessing the risks, de-escalating situations, and providing essential resources. They're also working on breaking the stigma around men asking for help. And Ian, anybody that is in need of help and any prevention resources, there's plenty of them that are available on our CTV Calgary website. Mark, thanks very much.
14th Street Northwest was closed for several hours today because of a house fire. Heavy smoke was seen coming from the home just before 9:30. The fire department says no one was inside and the building is under redevelopment. The investigation into what sparked the fire continues. To help with firefighting efforts, police closed 14th Street between 22nd and 23rd Avenues. This is Fire Ops 101 at the Fire Training Academy. It was a chance for city councillors to experience the range of emergency calls Calgary firefighters respond to every day. In full protective gear, they use the jaws of life at a car crash, assisted in a medical emergency, and battled a burning building.
I've never felt heat like that in my life. You know, we've got this flash hood up. You're completely sort of protected, but this is the thinnest part, right? My ears, my cheeks, feeling pretty on fire in there. It was incredibly hot.
Calgary firefighters respond to an average of 90,000 calls a year. I'm sure that was a great experience for those city councillors today. You know, I suspect in your neighborhood and in mine, there will be the fragrance of barbecue this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for the next 10 days at least. We need moisture. We don't have a lot in the forecast, but we do have a little bit to talk about. So here's the radar. There's a system moving in from the southwest, and it is creating that instability along the mountains. Less likely we'll see any of this in Calgary. Most likely if we get it, it will be evaporating before it even hits the ground, but we could run into a couple raindrops this evening. Overnight through tomorrow morning, more likely to see a little bit of rainfall in the city. 20 degrees right now at the airport. It's been a lovely day. All right, so there's your chance of showers. Small chance for this evening, a greater chance overnight through till 11 a.m. Then tomorrow, a high of 19. The clouds will clear out for the afternoon. Looks like a fantastic afternoon tomorrow. That's your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Family owned, community driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen.
Thanks, Danielle. It's a big weekend in Calgary for Esports. Still to come, a look at a rapidly growing championship event. And an Alberta connection to the cruise ship dealing with an outbreak of hantavirus. Also, if you have a news tip, text us at 10400. Two Albertans are now being monitored for hantavirus. Canada's chief medical officer says they may have had brief contact with an infected person on a recent flight. The province says public health officials have contacted both individuals. They feel well and are at home monitoring for symptoms. 6 Canadians were on board the cruise ship with the hantavirus outbreak. Health officials say this virus is not like COVID-19 and not all exposures result in infection.
In public health here in Edmonton and Alberta are working with our federal counterparts to help manage that situation overall. The risk to Albertans is low.
The province has posted information on its website about ways to detect symptoms of hantavirus. A hotel in Diamond Valley has closed its doors following an order from Alberta Health Services. AHS says the building did not have power, heat, or running water. Several rooms didn't have functioning smoke alarms or a sprinkler system. Mouse droppings were also found throughout the building. On May 1st, those staying at the hotel were ordered out. The owners have a list of conditions that must be met before they can reopen. You know, big picture in the weather, just a delightful weekend all the way around.
Yeah, I think we're going to do okay. We're going to see a little bit of rainfall, but we've been in this pattern where the rain we've been getting is falling in the overnight hours, mainly. You'll likely see some Saturday morning. You may even see some this evening. The clouds have definitely moved in. Here's a Skywatch weather cam showing you that. Okay, let's look at temperatures. We got to a high of 21 in the city, 15, 16. Is what's normal for this time of year in Calgary. So we are above normal. We will remain above normal for the next 10 days at least. All right, so 18 right now in Banff, 24 in Medicine Hat, and 19 in Pincher Creek. Looking at the wind gusts, a little on the breezy side for today. If you were outside, you know that, because around that 40 mark, it's not excessively gusty, but the further east you go, the gustier it got today, closer to that 50 mark for Brooks and for Medicine Hat. It will be pretty calm out there for tomorrow. All right, there's that little bit of instability building down the mountains. We have this system that's tracking in from the southwest, but the mountains are really going to keep a lot of that moisture off to the west, which is unfortunate because we do need more moisture. We have a small chance of seeing some isolated showers in Calgary for the evening, a greater chance in the overnight hours and early tomorrow morning. All right, I'll show you the bigger picture here. There's that system tracking in. So it's creating some thunderstorms on the BC side and stateside as well. Okay. Fast forward to these next few hours, and definitely a lot of cloud cover out there. And overnight, some rainfall, certainly some rain in the mountains. Highest elevations, maybe even some snowflakes with this, but it doesn't mean we're getting cold. It's going to be warm in Alberta all week. All right, so overnight hours and through tomorrow morning up until about 11 o'clock Saturday morning, we have the potential for isolated showers. Again, some parts of the city won't see it and other parts will, and in some cases it will evaporate before it hits the ground, but don't be surprised to run into some raindrops Saturday morning if you're out. Then it clears out for the afternoon hours. The sun will peek through. It's a really nice afternoon expected for tomorrow. All right, as we head into Sunday, Sunday should be stable for much of the day. We will have some cloud cover and some sunny breaks. It's Sunday night and in through Monday morning. We could see some heavy rain, a couple millimeters certainly possible in the city and over towards down the Trans-Canada, even up to Brooks area and east of the QE2. Some pockets of heavy rain for sure from this. All right, so 19 is our high for tomorrow. Isolated showers possible until about 11:30. Then things clear out. Sunday, stable, but mainly cloudy. And then Sunday night through Monday, a couple millimeters of rain definitely possible. 23 for Sunday, 19 for Monday. And when we look at that longer range trend as we head into next week, the warmest days next week should be Tuesday and Wednesday when we get to 23 and 24 degrees. And as you can see, we'll be at normal or above normal for the next 10 days.
Thanks, Danielle. The University of Alberta is warning students to stay off a widely used digital classroom due to a cyber attack. The attack targeted Canvas Cloud, which is used by many universities to store course materials, manage grades, and submit assignments. It's unclear what data has been accessed. The U of A says Canvas does not store information like passwords, dates of birth, and financial information. The cyber attack hit thousands of schools around the world. It's game on for the Alberta Esports Championships that kicked off at Bow Valley College today. The third annual event is taking place at the college's Esports Arena. More than 400 students from across Alberta are competing in the popular titles, including Rocket League, Valorant, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Organizers say the popularity of the sport has doubled in the past year.
Teachers, despite everything, have so much to give, and that their students have so much to gain from the opportunities presented, and that momentum and drive isn't going anywhere. You know, despite the circumstances around them, esports is just that much of a driver, and it brings people together. It gives them a reason to go to school, gives them a reason to stay in school.
Matches took place throughout the day and will continue tomorrow with the finals and an awards ceremony concluding the events. You first saw Bruce Springsteen in concert back in 1980. And now Hank Azaria is paying tribute to the boss. Coming up, the actor tells us about his upcoming Calgary gig. If you took every Canadian who lost a job last month, it would almost fill the Saddle Dome. Joining me is Faisal Karmali, Portfolio Manager with the Popowich Karmali Advisory Group. And Faisal, U.S. and Canadian job numbers are going in different directions.
Yeah, different directions for sure. Let's start off with the U.S. They increased 115,000 jobs in the month of April. Their unemployment rate is 4.3%. You're correct. We could fill the Saddle Dome with the amount of jobs that we lost last month. But what about the whole year so far in 2026? Canada has lost 112,000 jobs, giving our unemployment rate now at 6.9%. That gives people the idea that maybe the Bank of Canada might cut interest rates this fall if we start to see inflation come down and we don't see a recovery in the job numbers.
And there are some fascinating stats on how much the average Canadian household is worth.
When you look at the net worth of the average Canadian household, $1.08 million across this country, that's up 5.3% from 2024, a big jump there. When you look at the breakdown between the different groups of the households, the top 20% has an average of $3.5 million in net worth. The bottom 40%, $82,000. A big gap between the top 20 and the bottom 40%.
Yeah, that's quite a spread indeed. Faisal, thanks very much. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Thank you.
A new poll outlines the impact inflation is having on young Canadians. Nanos research found 2/3 of its young respondents are canceling major purchases and having a hard time affording necessities. Older Canadians were nearly twice as likely to report that inflation has not been a major problem for them. Overall, 14% of Canadians say they have had to cancel a major purchase because of inflation. That's up from 8% last year. The City Committee has endorsed a plan to get rid of the free fare transit zone downtown. After nearly 24 public speakers urged councillors to keep the free zone, the committee still recommended scrapping it. City officials say removing the zone would give transit officers lawful authority to remove people causing issues. Council will still need to debate and finalize the decision at a future meeting. The Prime Minister and Alberta's Premier meet in Ottawa today. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. The main focus of their conversation was energy policy and pipelines. A new pipeline to the West Coast still doesn't have a proponent. Coming up at 6, what Calgary-based South Bow had to say during an earnings call today. Also ahead, new details about the 16-year-old who was fatally stabbed this week. Coming up, we'll tell you how she's being remembered by her older sister. Ian.
Thanks, Tara.
I've been working real hard trying to get my hands clean. Well, drive that dusty road from my motor into Wayne.
That's actor Hank Azaria, as perhaps you've never seen or heard him before. Hank Azaria and the Easy Street Band bring their Bruce Springsteen tribute act to Calgary on July 8th at the Wild Horse Saloon for a Stampede Week performance. And joining me from New York is Hank Azaria. Great to see you.
Nice to see you as well. Thanks for having me. The Wild Horse Saloon sounds dangerous.
It could be dangerous. So when you're doing this show, are you an actor doing an impression of Springsteen, or are you just a huge fan having a great time?
All of the above. Yeah, it's funny seeing that clip. I mean, that was the song Prove It All Night from the album Darkness on the Edge of Town. Bruce fans will know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm always working on it. Like, even that was from like maybe a year ago, and I feel like, oh, the keys come up half a step, and I've perfected different pieces of that impression since then. So it's like a crazy hobby, you know.
And what does the boss think about this thing?
The boss has given us his seal of approval. We have a mutual friend who's a dentist. One day, my friend sent me a video. I'm like, why is my friend sending me a video of himself from work? Camera pans over. It's Bruce in his dentist chair saying, I'm sitting here with a terrible toothache. But while I have a terrible toothache, I was fabulously entertained by your version of Prove It All Night. So that literally made my life.
Hank Azaria and the Easy Street Band are at the Wild Horse Saloon July 8th. To see my extended interview with Hank, visit ctvnewscalgary.ca. It's lots of fun. Plenty of sunshine this weekend, lots of opportunity to get outside and perhaps go for a run or a bike ride. Right now in Calgary, 20 degrees. Danielle has details coming up. The wildfire risk is extreme for parts of central and southern Alberta, including Calgary. In those conditions, fires can spread fast and be difficult to control. A fire ban remains in effect for Rocky View County. So no matter where you're situated, be very, very careful out there. It is very dry.
It is very dry. We don't have much moisture in the forecast. We have a little bit for Calgary, east of Calgary, nothing really in the longer range for the southeast corner, unfortunately. I'll keep my eye on it. I'll keep you posted. 20 degrees current temperature. We got to a high of 21 in the city today, and 16 is the normal daytime high for this time of year, and we'll be above that for the next 10 days at least. All right, 19 degrees for tomorrow. Yes, tonight through tomorrow morning, isolated showers clearing out by 11 a.m. And then Sunday stable, but Sunday night through Monday morning, anywhere from 1 to 2 millimeters of rain.
Thanks, Danielle. South Centre Mall was jam-packed with superheroes today. The mall hosted the Heroes Challenge for Make-A-Wish Canada. These superhero squads weren't scaling tall buildings or spinning a spider's web, but taking part in a series of interactive physical and mental challenges. It's in support of granting life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses.
Because it feels like there are more people that can care about me and like understand my story and stuff.
She goes through a lot. She is a tough kid. She takes a lot of pills every day, and she has tons of struggles, but she doesn't let it get her down.
Right now, more than 190 children in southern Alberta are waiting for their wish to be fulfilled. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.